Hi, Angie. How?
I'm good.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I'm recording. Is that okay?
Of course.
All right. Yeah, we missed our update on Sunday. I apologise to anybody that was waiting for that. I think we should just put it on the table, anything we've got to report, because we haven't spoken. This isn't rehearsed, so just tell me where you're at and what you've uncovered.
Well, I know they're watching, so I just wanted to thank all the people on Twitter for. I don't like Twitter. I don't check Twitter. I usually just use Twitter to tweet at celebrities, but every day when I check in now, there's between 12 and 60 tweets that have to do with me about how you and I are lovers and in love with each other. I know I've shown you the memes. I mean, we'll just say it like this. I do whatever I want to do. Angie and I don't have a thing. Like we are working on a case together. I think she's a lovely person, and she's all right. We argue a fair amount. She's just like I'm. Angie's just the person that I podcast with. She's not She's not everybody that's working on what I'm working on. There's so many more people working on this that it's a work in progress. And like I'm a smart, patient, exacting person. Take that as you like, but all the attention you're giving me, I'm just an attention slut. I just love it. It's just I don't care if it's good, bad. I have all the memes saved in a little folder to save for later. I don't know. You guys can just keep tweeting at me, I guess, and then it's got these like half attractive British girls trying to tell me what's up. I wish I had the lack of class to run a Facebook video called "Hot Girls I've Slept With," because I don't know if these, yeah, whatever. You may not think I'm attractive, but girls who think I'm attractive think I'm really attractive, and they let me do anything. I get away with. I will put my experiences with women up against anybody's. I've got stories. Women are the champions of everything as far as I'm concerned. We wouldn't know anything about emotions or anything if it weren't for women. So when I see women picking on me, I'm just like, whatever. Do your thing. I don't need validation from you because girls that are better looking and smarter than you and are better taken care of.
Are you talking?
I think we were. I don't know why you always have to make it about you, Angie. Like I was the proper noun for like. The last thing I referred to was the Twitter account, so it has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
You can chime in whenever you want, but I don't know why you always have to bring it back around to how it pertains to you.
It's just.
See, this is a fault with women. Their brains are too like this. They just back swirling. Guys keep everything in little boxes, and girls have this swirling like, I don't know, it's like an atom or something. But no, not everything has to do with you. So my main thing with the Twitter people is like, yeah, you're trying to assassinate my character in front of each other and no one. I mean, it doesn't bother me. No one's watching it. And you don't know anything about me. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for pulling up that weird Morgan Harrington article. I'm going to do a video on that. Yeah, the thing is, I get accused of, I guess, being a serial killer because the fluoride didn't work on me. I'm smarter than most everybody that I meet, and I'm also, despite the fact that you think that I'm small or something, I'm not a small person, and my presence is intimidating. Now you're gonna act like I'm talking about my penis covering your ears and yelling. Like, Angie, I've had about enough of you. Like, what is wrong with you? It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. Get your head out of the gutter. What I'm saying is, I'm not a small person. Everybody keeps talking like I'm teeny tiny or something. It's like, no, I'm sorry. Like, whatever. And yeah, you know what? My life is way more like my little basement. This is my little, like my little outside. I've got trees and sunshine and girls in sundresses and young people and professors walking up and down the street across town. I mean, there's 300 some restaurants and there's only about 40,000 people, so you can pretty much get a table anywhere you want, anytime you want. Like, I live in a very charmed place. Now, Me personally, right now, I'm an entertainer, so I don't get to do a whole lot. But this is for all you Twitter people out there. Like you're just shooting the messenger. You're not. You are confirming my bias. I was biased against you from the beginning because of what you're saying, but you didn't do yourselves any favors by, giving 90% insults and absolutely no, like, ask me for my email address, send me an article, shoot me an article over on Facebook, something. Like, you want me to see what it is you have to say other than you're lying and blah blah. Like, what you know this guy? Like, what, do you know this cat? You want to let me talk to him? I'm not a corporate shill media person. I'll ask a real question. And I mean, I don't want to get into the whole, like, I had a few people examine the video, and there's also been other people who noticed the man's behavior is quite bizarre, especially on camera. All this talk that he's a great actor. Look, I've done more than he has already. Like, I've put out hundreds of videos. I've been flown several places. I've got a new radio show coming up. Like, I'm doing really well right now. I'm interviewing famous people. I got a really famous person coming on next week. So I don't know where all this talk about how I'm a loser, I'm a punk, or whatever this is coming from. Like, I'm on fire right now. You guys are just eating my dust.
Okay. And that's Rupert.
So I gotta say, you just hang on. The last thing I gotta say about the Twitter people, and we'll get off it.
Okay.
You're just shooting the messenger. You're not arguing your point at all. Talking about my sexual life and Angie's sexual life. How does that prove that people ain't messing with kids? Tell me that. That's the question. Just go ahead and answer that in the comment section. Here's the question I want answered. And I'll ask that you stick to this one specific point. Don't bring in me. Answer that question in the comment section.
Okay, good. Right. So we're picking up new views and people new to the case all the time for whatever reason, whether it's a insult fest or a Twitter storm or whatever it is. But there are people that don't know what we were just talking about. So for those that don't know, myself and many others, absolutely right, many others have been working on the Hampstead cover-up for more than a year. Rupert made a video about it a year ago and then made a video recently about rude comments, trolling, it's called. And so I don't go there. I don't read them. I don't expose myself to that. I don't go on their website. Occasionally one sneaks through and it's either beneath contempt or, occasionally amusing. But I don't engage. And I admire you for going out on the front line and doing that because it's, by all accounts, it's not pleasant. So now that everybody's shocked, I've actually... I've set all my YouTubes that those kind of comments don't go through anymore. It's too demeaning, and it's nothing to do with two children representing hundreds of thousands of children telling what happened to them in abuse that's beyond the pale. So it is totally irrelevant. So thanks for that, and thanks for dumping me online. That was lovely.
Dumping you online? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I was going to do it by text, but I wanted to really savor all the pain that I could see in your face.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be honest, Angie and I, we've known each other 2 months, and we mostly just fight with each other because I have a certain way I do things, and you are just you. You're you. It's nobody's fault. It's just different personality types. And if Angie and I didn't have a common sorry, there's people bothering me. If we didn't have a common interest in this, we probably wouldn't know each other. We probably wouldn't talk. So it's like, this is what's up, and it's just like right now, it's just research time. There's nothing happening yet.
I think even research, it's great. It's great. There's a huge amount of interest been generated, and that's great. But it's also, the case has been a victim of this in the past because instead of people focusing on these kids seem like they're telling the truth, how come this hasn't been investigated and sorted out? Instead of that, everybody's been fighting with each other, not trusting each other, accusing each other, analysing the mum, analysing her boyfriend, analysing everybody around. And the bottom line is there should be a proper investigation, and the kids should be safe. That's the bottom line.
Right, and the sick thing about this is, in the final analysis, it's no one's business what happens to those kids, other than the fact that we're all human. I mean, it's not our kids or anything like that, but some pretty serious things being said on camera there, and I don't care what anybody says, like, that happened. That, whether it's real or not, or if it's a hoax, that happened. And that's what we're talking about, is those specific sets of videos. I don't care if they were coached. I don't care if they were coached their entire lives to make that performance. It's been portrayed as real. It has been perceived as real, and it deserves attention. And not many people over here really care, and everybody I show it to is just horrified. Let me tell you what. If two little black kids said those same things on camera here in America, there'd be blood in the street. If they said who did it, there'd be blood in the street. Those people would be in jail for their own protection. You people over there are a bunch of, I'm sorry, but it seems like there is a large faction of pedophile coddling people. Even if it is a hoax, as you say, you should want to distance yourself so much from that narrative to make it go away. But for some reason, you have something vested in making sure that these people come out unscathed, and that just makes you look guilty.
Absolutely. And just to be clear, I don't believe it's a hoax at all. I would be thrilled if it was shown to be a hoax, but like millions, I think, even when the judge spoke, there had been over 4 million views of the children's disclosures. On one level, yes, they're two of, millions of children in trouble. But on another level, it's an opportunity for people to do things differently. So I did want to, I don't like discussing around the case, but sometimes it's relevant in terms of unraveling the case and the truth.
Well, the one thing that they've done a really good job of is putting so much stuff out there, and there are so many people involved and incidences and it's not just the video anymore. It's everything that's happened after the video. It is the comments. It is the really sorry, pathetic attempts at being mean funny. I'm mean funny. Stand in front of me. I'll make you cry.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You've seen it. I can look. I only made fun of you a little bit. I didn't even dig into you, and you didn't like it at all. That's something that I learned coming up. If you really want to rip someone to shreds, embarrass them in front of people. It doesn't feel good, and it's not nice. It's not something I like even thinking about. But I mean,
okay. Well,
making memes of me, but we're have to cut this as soon as I've got another live feed I have to do. I'm interviewing another famous person.
Okay, what time? It's
in a bit, but he hasn't even shown up to Skype, so we can just go until he shows up. But I'm not even going to shout out because I know who's watching this.
Okay. I want to bring up a heavy subject, actually. It's a bit distasteful, so I'll give a trigger warning. But I think the other reason there's two reasons people have shied away from this, some people. One is that it's distasteful. It's not a pleasant subject. And two is that there's so much skullduggery around it that it seems like a big psyop. I have never doubted the children, but the chaos around it is very suspect, as if it's been engineered. And so I'm kind of investigating. I'm going where angels fear to tread, and I've maybe made myself unpopular, saying that I have issues around the mother, the stepfather. And I'm going to go a step further and discuss urine drinking and menses drinking, blood drinking, if that's all right with you.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm gonna let you do it just because. No, that's not okay, Angie. That is definitely something you should have brought up on the back line before this. I thought you were. That doesn't get this. I mean, I understand that this goes on, but all right, let's do it. Let's go.
That's why I wanted to have a prep talk with you. That's why I said, could we have a clearing talk? But it's okay. You see, that's what people do. They get this reaction because it's a difficult subject. So
you don't even need to be that detailed with the abuse. All you have to do is say abuse and proof of abuse. You don't need to talk about the, you don't need to talk about the whatever that is.
Well, okay. All right, we'll keep it pretty. All right.
No, it's fine. Let's talk about it. Sounds delicious. Let's do it. Fucking strawberry lemonade. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. What do you got there, huh? You found evidence of this going on surrounding this case?
Yeah, yeah, and it goes back. I do feel badly because you're eating dinner, and I can do this on my own if you would rather.
I grew up in a medical family. We can talk about autopsies and eat, so I'm fine. I mean, autopsies is one thing, disease is one thing, but when you're talking about people's like mental problems, oof.
No, it's
Let's
gross.
not talk about talking about it and just talk about it. It's getting on my nerves.
Okay. So, the things that the alleged abusers, the father, the priest, the headmistress, the caretaker, the social workers, the police, and so on. The list is up above 70. There's a few uncomfortable things that they seem to have in common with the mother and the mother's boyfriend, who are apparently fighting the children's corner from another country where they fled. And so I've been examining more and more this thing that they seem to have in common to see, is this a psyop where they're both, like you originally said to me and blew my mind, saying maybe they're all in the cult and the kids were just used for some inside political engineering.
Well, can I speak to that, or?
Yeah, please do.
It's the most obvious answer. It just seems like what. It's the most obvious answer. I think the boyfriend. I'm not referring to anybody's name. I think the boyfriend. They just sound like they were all in it, and she was in it less than the rest of them. And then she somehow used her magic woman powers to convince him that it was wrong, and he could actually get out. And there's the way out. If this video was even made in jest, there's a sense of desperation there that is an adult desperation behind the whole thing that is, it's unnerving. And the fact that how are you gonna try to assassinate me for asking questions? It just makes you look bad. And everybody, by the time I make the video that I'm going to make about this, I will have reached so many more people than I'm reaching now. After I start this radio program, it's going to blow up.
Okay,
and I know, because I've been doing this for years, folks. I know. Everybody's telling me it's about to happen. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. And then once that happens, then everybody, see, that's the thing, is like, everybody's going to know.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to know. Like, okay, fine. Everybody's going to know. That's all you need to know about it. It doesn't matter what happens to anybody. All they need to know is that something's going on there.
And this is the intelligent thing to do, is let people decide, let people, at least, knowledge is power. So I started, so I finished, so let me just finish down that unpleasant track. Now, I first came across this in the late 70s in London. I won't name names at this point, but I dated a Harley Street dentist who was dentist to Rod Stewart and David Essex and blah, blah, blah. He was also a heroin addict, and he was only straight enough to practice 2 days a week. And I didn't date him for very long. But he came out with this thing about drinking urine and bathing in urine and using urine and so on and so forth. And so I was just a bit horrified. I said, it's huge, it's in America and blah, blah, blah. And that's the only time I've ever come across that, until this cult. And then somebody that was actually Abraham's girlfriend before Ella. She was his girlfriend, then that ended, and then he got with Ella, but she became Ella's best friend, so it was all very bizarre. And they all drink urine, and they all, I don't know about all, but certainly this lady that was Abe's ex drinks blood. Not, as far as I know, not baby blood, but menstrual blood. And a lot of this pedophilia, Luciferian pedophilia stuff, they've got this thing, you and I discussed this, about the adrenochrome in the blood, and it being addictive, and it being the elixir of youth, and it being the drug of choice for the elite. There's evidence going back centuries that royals were cannibals and blood drinkers and like the Holy Grail. So I just there's some weird shit going on, and I at the same time I'm trying not to be ignorant, because with horses, if a horse is dying and you can get a placenta from a mare that's just given birth, and you can feed that placenta to the dying horse, it'll recover. So, but no, it's a bridge too far. It's weird.
Who the heck figured that out? Oh man, the horse is sick. Quick, feed him that placenta.
No, seriously, I tell you exactly.
I didn't say you were lying, did I?
No, sweetheart. It was Olive McFarland, 1969, Young Actress of the Year, Horse Whisperer. But that's true. It's like cannabis. It's like cannabis. Unmute. You're such a bollocks.
All right.
Anyway, no, it's the same as you like cannabis and you know it's good for you, but a lot of people don't know that. So I'm just saying, I'm not being ignorant here. I'm just saying there's some weird shit.
I mean, everybody should probably drink a little bit of piss in afterbirth before they die. It's good for you. I mean, if that's what you're saying. I mean, I'll chime in like that if you want.
No, but I'm just, all right, finished. I've said my bit. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I apologise to Jackie Farmer for some misinformation on our last one. I've apologised to her in that for a different video. I got something wrong, and that's the point I just wanted to make. If ever I get something wrong, flat out wrong, get in touch. By all means, I'll correct it. No bother. So, yeah, there's a lot of work going on. I will make notes for the next talk. Audience I have with Rupert. And I'll make notes because there's a lot of events in the pipeline, and Non are doing some amazing stuff. And people are getting organised again, which is really exciting. And there's court cases. I'll make a list of everything that's happening for our next catch-up. When will that be, Rupert?
It's pretty much whenever. I mean, you were trying to do a Sunday thing, but I think we should just do it anytime we feel like.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so if anybody Google, let me see, where do we send people to? Okay, the Hampstead, there's a blog called Hampstead Research. It's only an archive now, masses of evidence there. You can catch me on Facebook, Angela Power Disney, and you can just contact Rupert. We'll direct you. Anybody that wants to know more, wants to know why Britain is pretending none of this is happening. Anybody who wants to help in any way, please just contact Rupert, contact me, or go do some research. Just go on YouTube and Google the Hampstead cover-up, if that's all you do. But we need to talk about this stuff, even though preferably not.
Hey, let me ask you something. What self-respecting full-grown man walks around calling themselves Ricky?
I don't. Sometimes I get flesh crawl reaction just to his name because I know so much.
I've never met a Ricky that wasn't trouble.
Okay, Rupert. All right, sweetheart. Is there anything else?
Yeah, fuck you, Ricky Dearman.
Yay, bye. Love you, bye. Oh, I don't love you. No, I don't love you. I like you. You're my friend. Bye.
Yeah, whatever.